up. You want to, you can hold one of the, you know what I'm saying? You want to. Go one of the clubs or something. Topic, war, go with the topic.
Okay, it is what it is.
You still rolling up?
Yeah, that's the sister. Levi's sister. Pretty cool. I'm probably gonna try to get her on. All right.
Shalom. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street under the great Commandant General Yohana. And we're here to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that they are the 12 tribes of Israel, and the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right. All right. Also, too, the title to this is War and Salvation.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's a direct link between the two. See, here's the thing. When we think of warfare, I mean, you got a lot of people out there that, you know, that grab up guns and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Which is great to have a gun because as Christ said, if you don't have a sword, sell your cloak and buy one, right?
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? But that's not where all your trust should be at, because what good is you having the gun when there's no rank and order?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why police come, they pull you over, and they see that you got the gun or whatever. Or if you don't have a gun, hell, they ready to shoot you and gun you down because they know that you're not linked with anything. You see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
You loosely associated from your own people, and that's the reason why they don't shoot down Chinese.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They don't shoot Chinese in the street. They don't shoot Arabs in the street. You know why? Because they understand that even though these people are not acting participants in the army of their people, they still have an army still.
Damn right.
And they support that army. You see what I'm saying? They're patriotic about what goes on with them. You see what I'm saying? Well, black people blacks and Hispanics are patriotic about America.
Right.
Now, when you're patriotic about America and they hate you, they're gonna go ahead.
Yeah, when you're patriotic about this country while they're killing you, they see you as weak.
Right.
They like, why not kill him?
You're a prey.
Right. Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. So lucky, sir, for cutting you off.
No, go ahead,
you know what I'm saying? You guys just getting me hype on that.
Go ahead.
Damn right.
Go
You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how they see you. Like they smell blood in the water. Because you don't even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You run around talking about, I'm black. The only reason we say black, Hispanics, and Native Americans is because that's the only terminology you know. Because you don't know who you are. You don't know that you're the tribe of Issachar. You don't know that you're the tribe of Gad. You don't know that you're the tribe of Judah. Because you've been brainwashed in this society, and the only thing you know is that I'm a nigga, I'm a black man.
Right.
You're more than that.
That's all we know.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? And they can tell whether you know anything or not. But see, here's the thing though. Just knowing is not good enough.
Damn right.
See what I'm saying? If somebody from one of these fake Israelite groups get pulled over, you know what they're going to do? They're going to be more angry with them that they have on fringes.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because, see, what are they taught? They taught to seek love other than respect. Because if they wanted respect, they would be in the Isupk.
Damn right.
They wouldn't be in some fake, soft, Christian, Hebraic Christianite group. You know what I'm saying? With a t-shirt on.
Right.
With the little dangly strings on the bottom of the t-shirt. Yeah, the streamers, the confetti on the bottom of their t-shirt, right? They wouldn't be in that. No one respects that. You know why? Because that's not an army. But then they'll say they're the army of the Lord. Won't they say that?
Right.
They'll say they even say, like in Christian song, we the army of the Lord. Y'all know that song what I'm talking about?
Right.
The army, they don't even know what the hell an army even is. You run around the army of the Lord, you run around with a damn suit on and some slick shoes.
Right.
Who fighting that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who go to war in that? Go ahead.
So lucky. And you don't think these devils is watching, they watching, and they see that you got white boys in your group.
Right,
you know
right.
They see that your women is ruling over you in your group. You know what I'm saying? They see that you don't have any power and authority, no military rank and order.
Right. They see that nobody can tell you to do anything.
Right.
They know that. They see no one can tell, no, you can't get, they see that you won't take an order coming from a man that's above you or whatever, and stand down or rise up at that brother's command. They know that.
Right.
So they see you as what? They see you as a prey.
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying? They see you as a prey, somebody that they can take. Because for one thing, they're angry with us.
Right.
They're pissed off at us. But so if they figure they can't do anything to us, right? Who they gonna turn on then? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
They gonna turn on that brother that sat there talking about loving everybody. They gonna carry their fury out on him because they don't give a damn about loving everybody. The white man is a murderer.
Yeah, right.
That's how he got everything on the earth, is by killing people. You see what I'm saying? While he sat there telling you to love everybody and say he love every damn body, he's killing you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Matter of fact, I'm going to open up the floor for some questions right now at this time before we get started into the class.
Okay.
Anybody? No questions? All right.
That goes for online too. Anybody have any questions online?
Give everybody a second. Go ahead.
Can you touch bases on tithing, because there's a lot of fake Israelite groups out there that say we are not to tithe, and I just want some clarification on that, sir.
Okay. What people don't understand about the law, right? The law has a spirit to it. You see what I'm saying? All right. Now, we have no agriculture right now. You see what I'm saying? We have no land. We have no, as a matter of fact, we don't have 300,000 acres among our whole nation. You know what I'm saying? Here in this captivity. You see what I'm saying? Regardless of where we're at on the earth. We don't have 300,000 acres any damn where, right? So acres, food to produce, right?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We don't have sheep. We don't have a lot of sheep. We don't have a lot of cattle or anything like that. So, being the fact that we're a nation that tries to rise up from the bottom, right? That means you have to utilize whatever resources that you actually have to bring your nation up. You see what I'm saying? That's why tithe is money now. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead. You had a question?
Yeah, this is a little bit off the track, but I've always kind of struggled with this one right here. Who is Melchizedek? And when they say he has no beginning or no ending, who is he? I know that he dealt with Abraham.
Right.
When Abraham went to save his nephew Lot.
All right. Here's the thing. Now, Abraham was the most powerful man on the earth during his day, right? He was the greatest man on the earth during his day. You see what I'm saying? He even had Amorites, who were the top people at that time, some of the top people on the earth, at his disposal. You see what I'm saying? So that means Melchizedek was greater than he, because Abraham tied to Melchizedek, right? So think about what Melchizedek must have been. As far as fleshly men, Abraham was the greatest. This person was greater than Abraham, with no beginning and no end. You see what I'm saying? So put two and two together on that, you know what I'm saying? He was not a regular dude.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He was a heavenly being brought down to earth, you know what I'm saying? Just like during the time of Lot, right? Mm-hmm. Then you have angels that came down. Go ahead.
Melchizedek was the pre-incarnated Christ before we ended up being with who we know to be Yeshaya, which of course Yeshaya means Yahweh is salvation.
Okay, this is what I will stick with, because a person can't really solidly prove that according to the scripture.
Right.
What you always want to do is you always want to cut out ways for you to get cut. You see what I'm saying? But what people cannot deny, they cannot deny that man was a heavenly being. Without beginning and without end. You see what I'm saying? They can't deny that. So you always want to stick with what people can't deny. You see what I'm saying? Because if you stick with if there's a margin for, you know what I'm saying, denial, then that could be a cut against you if you're teaching somebody this. You see what I'm saying? You know, the person can, you know, I mean, you always want to be cut proof when you're teaching. You know what I'm saying? You always want to do that. You know that man said he was without beginning and without beginning of days and without end of life. It's only one other conclusion. That man was a heavenly being. You see what I'm saying? I don't say that he was like the incarnate of Michael or any of that. We just know he was a heavenly being. Moving on. You see what I'm saying? You can tell them that, and that way they can't say nothing. You see what I'm saying? They can't cut you. Okay. You see what I'm saying? All right. Any other question?
Going back on the tithing thing, like, because the argument is that Christ came and Christ coming basically did away with the law of tithing.
Okay, Christ didn't come and do away with the law of tithing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, like I said before, the law has a spirit. You know what I'm saying? And don't you? Isn't one of the greatest commandments to love thy neighbor as I love thyself, right?
That's
so
right.
If you love your neighbor, right? This is going into the spirit of the law. If you love your neighbor, you're going to also love, you know what I'm saying? If you love your nation, you're going to love your neighbor. And you're going to help out your nation just like you would help out your neighbor too. So if you see that your nation is on the bottom and your nation needs, you know what I'm saying, you know, a solid law to where people are obligated, an obligation, you know what I'm saying, to rise your people up out of the dust. That's, you know what I'm saying, that is what the spirit of that whole law is about. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Nehemiah, you're going to do in the time of Nehemiah, right? When it talked about the tithes, right? There was a little trouble going on in Nehemiah, right? Okay, so what they did was, because there were certain people that went back to Jerusalem, the priests went back to Jerusalem, what did they do? They still found a way, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't in the letter, right? They took the tithes and got it to, you know what I'm saying, the head men, right? Because the Levites had already went back to Jerusalem, they couldn't get it to them, right? So they gave it to the head men and everything, and the head men took the tithes, you know what I'm saying, and the tithe of the tithe, and distributed among the people so that everybody was well taken care of. You see what I'm saying? When a person tithes to the Isupk, this is how brothers that get kicked out of the damn houses are taken care of. You see what I'm saying? I was one of those brothers. The tithe is what made it to where I wasn't out in the goddamn street. You see what I'm saying? Right. And I could further this work. You see what I'm saying? I could get fully in this work.
That's right.
This has happened to many brothers throughout this school. The tithes are helping, you know what I'm saying, to support the brothers out there on the battlefield, and sisters and widows that need help, you know what I'm saying, need her lights and get ready to cut her lights off. You see what I'm saying? Now tell me which one is more lawful, us paying, which one is more lawful according to the spirit of the law, us paying that tithe and that widow woman being taken care of, or us sitting there saying we don't have to pay tithe because see this, and that woman freeze to goddamn death in the wintertime. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Those people don't understand the spirit of the law. You see what I'm saying? They'll starve you. These people will starve their own brethren, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand the law. Because the whole of the law is based on those two commandments, to love the Most High with all your mind, heart, and strength, and to love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? So they don't understand the spirit of the law. They looking at the letter and thinking they really getting something. You see what I'm saying? All right. Go ahead.
And I think the main thing is why they came up with that conclusion is what the Christian church, so-called Christian church, has been doing with, praying and prophesying for money and doing all other manner of wickedness with the churches of the people's money. Right. So I just wanted to, for edification for people listening and
Right.
other people.
Right.
I understand the spirit of the law.
Okay. Right. Okay. Any other questions?
I just have one more.
All right.
And it's pertaining to the book of Obadiah. That's it?
Obadiah.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah. Primarily, who's the Most High dealing with in this book? And then is he also dealing with all the other heathen nations as well when he's speaking in this book right here?
And in the book of Obadiah is specifically talking about white people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's dead on. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're specifically talking about them. See, the Most High, he's point blank. He don't just generalize everything. You see what I'm saying? Like say for instance, let me give you an example. The Christian church, when you read Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, the Christian church will have you thinking that this, when it talks about it should bring you into Egypt, begin with ships, right?
Right.
Well, what do they say? They'll say, they'll read that and they'll come to the conclusion, that's talking about anybody. Anybody that sins against God, that anybody. Generalizing it, right? So the people that directly fit that curse won't know that it's specifically talking about them because they think it's talking about everybody. Right. But then their subconscious says, well, damn, this happens to us. That must mean that we were worse sinners than everybody on the earth. So now we should bow to the white Jesus if the white man say do it so we can be clean when we were formerly dirty, filthy niggas. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And so, like, if I would, to touch on what the young man was saying earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like, how they said that tithes is done away with, you know what I'm saying? That's only for when you're really talking about paying tithes to the Isupk, because them Christians want their money. You know what I'm saying? Them Christians want their money, them other Israelite groups, fake-ass Hebrews want their money. They just don't want to see this Isupk grow and become the great nation that we already are. You know what I'm saying? Because we putting in more brick than anybody out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We got boots on the ground. You know what I'm saying? We are the certified army of the Most High under Commanding General Yohana. Point blank, period.
Right. And for the people, like I said before, for the people that are talking about, tithing is done away with, what they really pretty much saying is the love for their neighbor is done away with.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because if you don't help out your people as a nation, there has like if you don't help out your nation, that's why the tithes went specifically to one group, and that group made distribution. That's the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like in a kingdom, you know what I'm saying? That's the way things go. Everything go up. I mean, hell, even in a wicked thing, it does like that. Like the mob, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
People in the mob pay their dues and go up. You know what I'm saying? And then things trickle back down. That way you got this thing going up and down, and everybody's taken care of, and they get more and more and more powerful as a whole. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
But with them saying that, but then you know what else they'll turn around and do? They'll say, we need $1,000.
Right.
From each one. There's a group out there that I know of, you know what I'm saying? That purple group.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They teach against the tithe, but at the same time, they'll tell you we need $1,000 for a building fund.
Right.
It's from each family though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now think about it. They got a lot of damn members, right? Now say a little over half paid that. You know what I'm saying? Because they know everybody's not going to be able to pay that, but others will give what they have, right?
Right.
The next thing you know, they still don't have a building.
Right.
Or they'll take the resources that you gave them and they'll run it to Africa. You see what I'm saying? Get tax breaks and all that. This is what they do. They'll sit there and take the Israelite money here in America and go feed somebody else with it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But let them fall into trouble. They don't have nothing. They have no security blanket. You see what I'm saying?
Well, if I may say, what my brother's saying, that goes right back to the Christian church, because once upon a time, a long time ago, I was involved in it, and we all know how much money these churches bring in on a Sunday.
Right.
And you can't go to your pastor, to one of the elders, and say, hey, I need this paid, can you help me? But yet, I see pastors, a nice car, a nice home. Mm-hmm. But I thought, because even Paul in Antioch, they divided the money up and gave to all the people.
Right. In the book of Acts, chapter. I know what you're talking about. Right.
So they got it twisted.
Right.
And it's not trickling down from the top.
Right.
I couldn't tell you how many times I've seen families in distress in the Christian church, and they say, "Well, brother or sister, I'm gonna pray for you."
I'll pray for
Right.
But you know what? You need more than prayer. You need action. You need
Right.
Yeah, if I would, sir. And that's a saying, you know what I'm saying, that goes out. When a church needs help, it calls on the members. But when you need help, you talk to call on God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like you said, we're going to pray for you, brother. I know you need a job and you know this light bill due and all of that. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna pray for you. And in the same breath, they pulling a woman to the side, telling her that if a man don't work,
you don't eat right.
You don't eat.
Good point. That's the point that I was going to make next. You know what I'm saying? You come to them for help.
Right.
They going to ask, because they can sit there and ask for help all damn day. You know what I'm saying? They can ask, give this to this and to that. You know what I'm saying? Give to this to that. And nobody look at them and saying, well, nigga, if you're a man, then why ain't you got it? Right. When he's held at a higher standard, you see what I'm saying? Because he's a shepherd over the sheep. And there's a scripture saying, shouldn't the shepherds feed the flocks?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's it out.
You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't the shepherds feed the flock? But he'll sit there and ask you for something, but let you fall into calamity. You know what I'm saying? And like what the officer was just saying, he gonna come at your wife. This nigga, you know what I'm saying? He ain't doing what he's supposed to do as a man. I done heard a Christian pastor say, if your man ain't working, if your man won't work, then you should feed him beans. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then they wonder why niggas flip out on these goddamn women. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Something bad happens. She tells some worldly brother that, and that brother beat the brakes off her ass, right?
Right.
That pastor, do you think that he will ever take responsibility for his wicked counsel that he gave her?
Right.
No. You know what he'll do? Let me tell you what he'll do. Because see, when demonic spirits get up on people, right?
Right.
And that person get a real messed up trouble behind that demonic spirit, you know what that spirit do? That spirit flees from them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? When it's time to die, that spirit, you know what I'm saying? That spirit
finds a new host.
Yeah, and then they snap out of it and realize they really messed up. You see what I'm saying? That spirit leaves them. So what does that Christian pastor do? He's the flesh incarnate of that demonic spirit.
Yeah, right.
Because what's he gonna do? He gonna give that wicked counsel, set back, wait to see what happened, and when you fall into calamity, he's gonna flee.
Right.
His counsel will flee. He might still physically be there.
Right.
But he's gonna act like he never told you that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What you talking about?
Right. He's gonna act like he never told you that.
He's gonna lie. That's what he's gonna do.
Right.
No, that ain't what I told her. That's not what I told him.
Right. Now you see the similarity between that Christian pastor and the demon?
Yeah, right.
You see that?
And it's a lot, if I would, sir. Like, I got a question. And here in the UPK, we know the answer for it. You know what I'm saying? But who has more divorces? Who's more responsible for more divorces than the Christian church?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They destroy families. I've yet to see a church put a family together and build a family.
Right.
And boost a family up. You know what I'm saying? When you go into counsel in the Christian church, it's all backwards. You know what I'm saying? He's telling the man to be quiet and trying to listen to what the woman has to say.
Right. Bringing her to the front. You know what I'm saying?
Like, go ahead, tell us your side of the story, sister. You can't do that.
Right.
Who doesn't know that a woman feeds off of emotion? She will make the most rash decision that there is to make because she's an emotional creature. You get what I'm saying? She's an emotional creature.
She's dominated by emotion.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the thing about
all in the church unclean.
Right.
She on her monthly, but she in there trying to get counsel from. She ain't even supposed to be in there on her monthly. You get what I'm saying? But this goes to show you the wickedness of them pastors in that Christian church.
Right, and see, and the pastors don't even correct. They won't even correct the sisters.
Right.
She come in to counsel about her husband. They'll give two different kind of counsels.
Right.
One, they'll give, like say if they counseling a couple, right? They having problems. Say they just happen to counsel the man first, right? The man will come forward and they'll tell him how he should make the marriage work. How he should make these compromises just to make that marriage work.
Right.
But then he'll go out thinking, yeah, okay, I'm going to see what I can do. You know, I'm going to try and make this thing work, right?
Right.
Now, the woman, on the other hand, when she comes before that counsel, right? they'll tell her there's other options out there. You don't have to be treated like that.
Right.
There's other options out there for you. They will tell her that. You see what I'm saying? They might word it different, you know what I'm saying? But that's what they're saying. So now, them two go home. They have two totally different ideas. He's thinking, okay, I'm going to try and make this work. You know, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop. He's thinking I'm going to stop the correction. I'm going to stop. He's thinking that's going to help the marriage work. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stop checking her. I'm going to stop this and I'm going to stop that. While she's thinking, I don't have to be here with him. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to be here with him. You know, and now that ball gets rolling to where she's getting ready to leave while he want to make it work. And that's how you get your baby, please, please. That's how you get that spirit. You see what I'm saying? That's what they want. That's Satan. That's the devil right there. You see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
That's what type of counsel that they give. But, the president, go ahead.
One more thing on this subject before we move on, sir. And that's why you hear, like when you hear pastors and them and people in the church talking about their marriages, you see how weak they are up under a woman. Well, whatever my wife says, I got to do. Happy wife, happy life.
Right.
You know
In the church.
Yeah.
Amen.
Right.
Everybody in the church. But let it be reversed.
Right.
Let the woman get up there and say, well, happy husband. I just got to make my husband happy. You know what I'm saying? I just got to, learn to shut my damn mouth. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going to be looking at her like,
what's wrong with you?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, everybody going to be, she ain't going to get no claps off that.
They think it's something wrong. Girl, is he beating you? Is he making you say
all of a
that?
sudden, he's choking you out. He's strangling you. He's trying to kill you, huh?
Yeah, man. Are you really that miserable?
Right. You seem depressed. And they love doing that. That's pure witchcraft. You seem like you're so depressed. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's because the Christian church is all about disorder.
Mm-hmm.
They don't believe in the order Christ had, well, the Most High has set out.
For one thing, they know that if they actually get set in order. Now, here's another thing to pay attention to also. You ever see these little small churches, right? And the people the people that go there don't make much money at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they broke, so you know that they're not getting good, strong tithes and offerings coming, right? But yet the church stay open.
Damn right.
Not only does the church stay open, but the pastor seems to increase over time, even though he got the same broke group there. Right?
Right.
They getting paid by the white man.
Damn right.
The white man pays them for disorder. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To make sure that disorder keeps continuing. That's why you see a pastor with a broke church and he's still getting paid.
So, like, if I would, I know you're trying to move on, sir. But what you said was such a heavy point. That's why you see these $1 million churches in the most tore up neighborhood, and you still see crackheads running through the neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, since I've been in this truth, I can tell you one thing for sure. I've never seen a pastor out there doing what we do. And when somebody from the Christian church does come out there to do what we do, guess what? He's not out there for the people. He's out there for us. He's out there to tell the people not to listen to us. He don't give a damn about them.
That's right.
He don't give a damn about them. He's just like, look, come to church so I can make everything better and you can pay me time.
Right.
But don't listen to these niggas. These niggas is trying to make y'all independent. These niggas is trying to make y'all self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period.
And you know what? That's powerful right there. Because see, and when they do come out, just like you said, they'll come out to come against us, but it's another reason why they'll come out too. You see what I'm saying? Because see, I remember in Louisville, there wasn't no Israelite groups there, right? But you had a pastor that I knew would come out, and my mother told me because they worked together, said he would come out in the street, right?
Right.
It would be like in front of liquor stores and all that, but he was coming out for one purpose. Only to build up his congregation. Right. That's it. As soon as he get the nice congregation, he won't come out no more.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He come out like he's out there outreaching to the people, like he cares and all that, right? About the broken people. But as soon as he get them numbers up, you know what I'm saying? He back out. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he get what he want. Because see, they got a lot of fine print and stuff like that. You have this many members. He out there to get members.
Damn right.
You know, that's why when you go in certain churches, they want to give you the member card. And you sign that. And they turn that in, you know what I'm saying? They turn that in to the damn government and all that, showing that you got these many active members inside your church. Now you get more funding. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So, Lucky, one more thing, sir. That's why you never see these pastors step up about these police brutality,
right.
These police shooting, these killings, none of that. You don't see these pastors fighting the battles that we fight. You see them telling you they'll come and they'll take all that energy and they'll direct it another direction. You know what I'm saying? But they not about to direct it towards the white man. They gonna dissipate that energy. As a matter of fact, you gonna go home. They gonna tell you go home and let the law take its course. Let justice prevail. Just take your ass home though, because we can't afford to be in these white folks' business.
Well, they in the refrigerator.
Right here.
Right. Yeah, that is the refrigerator. They in the black bag.
Okay.
But, you know, the name of this class is Warfare and Salvation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we about to get into some warfare shit right now.
Right. All right. Now, give me Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10.
Let me check this camera. I got it.
Got it?
Yeah. It reads as such. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might.
What does it mean to be strong in the Lord?
In his word?
Not just in his word, but being strong in adversity that comes up against.
Vigilant.
You know what I'm saying? Like, say, for instance, be strong, be unmovable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Be unmovable by circumstances and things like that. You just lost your job, you just lost your wife. You just, you know what I'm saying? One of the perfect examples of that is Ezekiel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? His wife died, and the Most High told him not to shed a tear.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? Not only did he not shed a tear, but what did he have to do? He had to keep continuing in the work. You see what I'm saying?
Damn right. So lucky, sir, if I would, which apostle was that his father died and Christ was like, we ain't got time to bury him. You know what I'm saying?
I don't remember which actually apostle that was, but that story is what's most significant, you know, in that he said, let the dead bury the dead. You know what I'm saying? Christ is on the scene. He's like, come on and follow me now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Hell, he didn't even discern the fact that he's rolling with the man that had the power to bring him back to life.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
You know, he said, let the dead bury the dead. Dude could have rolled with Christ. You know what I'm saying? That didn't even necessarily mean that his father would even be the dead. You know what I'm saying? Dude could have rolled with Christ and everything, right? And then the dead would have been burying somebody else and his father could have been alive.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so he's pretty much saying, drop all and follow me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Any man that laid a plow and then look back, he's not worthy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
All right. Let's go further. Let's go further into the scripture. Everybody reads loud and powerful. Everybody read loud and powerful. That's the way we do it. It's like school, university practice.
That's right.
Put on the whole armor of God.
Give me some power, brother. Give me some power. The soldiers here.
Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
It said, put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right? Now, for one thing, let's go to Revelations so we can get more understanding about this devil, right?
Right.
What is that? I think it's Revelations 11. Let me make sure. Yeah, because this would start to explain things, right?
Revelations 11 and...
Yeah, when it talks about, you know what I'm saying, I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie, right? And it talks about the devil should cast some of you into prison. That's the scripture that I want. Matter of fact, if anybody I need you outside to go ahead and Google. I want you to Google that. You know what I'm saying? I want you to go to Google and then,
Say Revelations 11. What? That's going to be closer like Revelation 6.
When it talks about, the devil should cast some of you into prison, type that in. The devil should cast some of you into prison. I want that. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? We always make that known. This is what we teach here in this school, in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We love saying that the white man is the devil because we get to see intention that shakes things. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It starts to shake certain things loose. Everything has to be tried. It has to be tested. You see what I'm saying? Put under pressure. So and then with that pressure, you can see what's what. Go ahead. Yeah, did you find it?
All
right.
All right. So I'm gonna pick up right here, sir. This is what I'm gonna pick up at.
Right. Go ahead.
Revelations 2, verse 9. I know their works and their tribulations and poverty.
When it said, "I know thy works." Thy tribulation, which means what? Trouble, right?
Right.
And your poverty, because you had brothers that was in poverty back then. Because what is the devil doing? He's attacking your finances.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the reason, as a matter of fact, the devil is the reason why, hell, we should be getting paid off YouTube. You see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
But what do? They do all types of little tricks, shut down your pages so that you don't get over a certain number, because once you get a certain number, then they have to pay you. You see what I'm saying? So when it said, I know thy tribulation, means thy trouble and thy what?
Poverty.
And thy poverty. You see what I'm saying? I pray that YouTube and all of them, Facebook, all of them, I pray that they get into much trouble.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because you know why? Because they've been troubling the work of the Lord.
Damn right.
See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Okay. But thou art rich.
It said we are rich. Can anybody explain why it is that we're rich?
Because you go ahead.
Rich in spirit, rich in
something a little more that people can visualize, though.
Because we are the true children of the Most High.
Yeah, but see, us being the true children of the Most High is not something that people's going to see that's going to make us rich. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Well, Israel.
We want to make it to where the street nigga can understand it. You know what I'm saying? That never been to church or anything can understand it.
Right.
And the church dude can be reproved. That's what we want to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Go ahead.
Well, Israel happens to be some of the richest land in the world. It's known, it has oil.
But who's got it? Who's got that right now? That's not the children of God. Ain't got that.
Right.
Right, and that's true. And that land is so many world leaders that want that land right now, even at this moment as I'm talking to you all, okay, Vladimir Putin and so forth and so on. They want to gain the land for themselves because they know that land is rich with oil, minerals, spring water.
But see,
here's
the thing. Here's the thing. Now, I want to bring it to the carnal sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The spiritual and the carnal both. You know what I'm saying? Because if you bring in the spiritual without bringing in the natural, now it makes everything just look spooky. You know what I'm saying? And mystical and invisible. If you bring in the carnal without bringing in the spiritual, then it only makes things look carnal and fleshy. You see what I'm saying? We put the two together. The answer to that question is because we got the kingdom.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
So
we got the kingdom, and then go ahead.
That's lucky. That's what I was going to say. We have the covenant.
Right. We have the kingdom.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? The kingdom is something you can see, We will be in rulership over the earth. We'll be able to tell China what to do.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? We'll be able to tell Japan what to do.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? We will be able to tell the Arabs what to do, and
That's
they better
right.
do it.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? They better do it. That is what that scripture is talking about when it talks about thou art rich.
That's
We
right.
will be the world rulers on the planet.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? We will be laying in beds as big as this damn room with them canopy things over it, decked out in gold. You see what I'm saying? We will be in the land, in our own land with the fattest damn sheep that look like our sheep look like damn cows.
Damn
That's
right.
You see what I'm saying? We will be in the land with the most powerful horses.
Damn
You see
right.
what I'm saying? The best cattle. The best chicken. We love chickens. Our chickens be fat as hell.
Damn
And
right.
everybody be wondering what the hell are they doing to make it?
Looking like turkeys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They chickens look like turkeys. What the hell are they doing? You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
So now, being the fact that they want to find out what it is that we're doing to make our turkeys and everything so fat, and we're not just going to give them the knowledge just like what we do in this kingdom.
Right.
You're going to have to pay.
Right. Like
You're going to have to serve just to get a nugget of knowledge coming from us, and your payment is going to make us filthy rich. That's how you can bring it into where people can see it.
Damn right.
You see what I'm
So
saying?
like if I would,
Go ahead.
like with the King Solomon, you know what I'm saying? They would come from miles and miles away, come with tribute, just to get a little piece of knowledge.
Right.
Here you
Right.
go. Here you go, my king.
You wanna-
Just tell me a little bit of something.
You want to see that thou art rich? Perfect precept. You want to see that thou art rich? Look at King Solomon.
Damn right.
And it wasn't spiritual things coming to him floating.
Right.
No, that's not what it was. They was coming with caravans.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Spices.
Right.
Gold.
Right.
Silver.
Right.
Peacocks.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? They were coming with every damn thing that was good and precious in their land.
Damn
You
right.
see what I'm saying? Trees coming from the damn land of Tyre to plant up in Jerusalem. Sweet smelling trees that make everything smell like heaven.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? But thou art rich. Let's see it.
Damn right.
Visualize it. It's not just spiritual and mystical and spooky. That's what the Christian church will tell you.
Right.
Because they don't want you visualizing any damn thing. Because if you actually visualize it, right, you're going to start to see yourself as something.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
So
They don't want you to see yourself as something. Go ahead.
And if I would, you know what I'm saying? That's such a powerful thing that you just said, because we just came back from a Passover. And when you look in that building, man, when you looked in that building, that's something you can see. Like man, that was a powerful thing. And you better believe the enemy seen that too.
Right.
Our enemy seen that was like, God damn, them niggas is powerful. You know what I'm saying? Man, that UPK is the real deal right there. You know what I'm saying? When have you ever seen over 500 brothers? I don't even know. It looked like over 500 brothers, probably more. You know what I'm saying? Get together and drink in celebration and not one conflict. The spirit of brotherhood, true brotherhood.
And you seen handcrafted garments.
Damn right.
Studs all over. Handcrafted.
That was rich enough like that day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We ain't got textile companies, none of that. But we had the best. Could you imagine? You take, like, say for instance, what Officer Yagara Watts garbage.
Right.
Could you imagine if that was in Macy's or somewhere? One of them high-end stores. Could you imagine what the price tag on that would be?
Them devils couldn't afford it. You hear me?
Yeah, you damn right. You talking about $600 a damn garment.
Damn right.
$600-700 a garment. You see what I'm saying? That
Damn right.
is the thou art rich.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? He's getting you to see into the future. He's getting ready. He's telling you got a reason to labor and to go under the tribulation and stuff that you going on under right now. You see what I'm saying?
Ready to go back into the scriptures?
Right.
It's a lot. Before we go into the scriptures, there's a man back there, and this is what you was talking about in Jerusalem now. You know what I'm saying? This scripture is about to touch right on that. And it goes in and it says, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. That's who's in Jerusalem now.
Yeah, not only that, but that's also who is controlling the police department.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? That's also who's controlling the police department, and we will see as we go further into this scripture. Give me some more on that scripture. Let's go ahead and rock it.
Come. Fear none of these things.
It said he said Christ said, fear none of these things. Don't be afraid of these things. You see what I'm saying?
What?
Now, we are fearless when we step out there on the block. One of the reasons why we're fearless because of this scripture right here.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Go ahead, keep going.
Which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Who shall?
The devil shall cast
the devil shall cast some of you into prison, right?
The white man is the devil, the Bible.
That's right. You know, it didn't say about it. Now, you can't picture in your mind some red thing running around with big horns and a pitchfork snatching people up and throwing them into prison.
Right.
Who is red and throws blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians into prison?
That's right.
Goddamn devil.
Right. And when it said the devil, it didn't say devils. It said the devil, meaning them as a whole. Give me that scripture again.
Come. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
It said the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Who is the hands of the goddamn devil?
That's right.
Who is it? Somebody, let one of these young men tell me. I want to know. I want these young men to tell me that. I know you know.
Okay.
Who's the hands of the devil?
Anybody knows? The police.
Not just the police.
This government.
White people.
That's
the
right.
white man.
Isupk.
The white man can deputize himself. Now, when we think about things like this, we don't just need to look at the police department.
Right.
Police ain't the only ones that can do evil stuff to black people. You see what I'm saying? They're not the only ones that do evil stuff to blacks and Hispanics. The people the border control, you know, that kill the Mexicans for coming over here, they're not police officers.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? These are regular white people that are deputized.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Regular white dudes.
So lucky if
you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That George Zimmerman bastard.
Right. Was he a cop?
No.
You see what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You see it all the time with these white people, even regular white people, got it their brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Citizens arrest.
Right.
Citizens arrest.
Right.
What race do that?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And not only that, hell, in Kentucky, right?
Right.
A person get the death penalty, right?
Right.
Now, they get the electric chair, right? Now, Kentucky is a state to where they don't have a executioner. Right. Not one specific executioner, right? Now, there's not one dude and his job is to pull the switch. That's not in Kentucky. Who do they have doing it in Kentucky? Volunteers.
What?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Volunteers do it. And they never use the same volunteer twice. But I'll tell you one goddamn thing. It's always the same race twice.
Damn right.
It's always the same. Can anybody guess what race that is and always pull that switch?
Caucasian.
Right.
Edomites.
Say the shit loud.
Caucasians.
Right. White people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They the ones that pull the switch.
So lucky.
Go ahead.
And to show you how the devil works, you know what I'm saying? Like brothers in here that been to court and took shit to trial, and they say that you're gonna be judged by a jury of your peers.
Huh.
Have you ever seen a black man really serving jury duty? And when they do, they know what kind of black man they get. You know what I'm saying? They claim this shit is at random, but that shit ain't at random.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You always got the devil convicting a nigga, putting a nigga under. Point blank.
Right.
The white man is the devil, the Bible speaks.
Right. So read that part again.
Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Anybody got any disputes on who the devil is?
Damn right.
Huh?
No.
Anybody. Right? And as you go up now, everybody knows this. Everybody knows that the Jewish man is in control of the regular white devil.
Right.
So that's why it says, I know the what?
It says, I know their works and their tribulations and their poverty, but thou art rich And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and they're not.
Damn, ain't this scripture right here brought into today's time?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? It was going on during the time of John. Where was John at?
In prison.
Right. Who threw him there?
The Edomites?
No, go ahead and say the empire. Go ahead and say the empire.
Roman Empire.
What race were they?
Edomites.
Right?
Damn right.
What are they called today?
Goddamn dog.
They call white people today.
Americans.
They're called white people today. You see what I'm saying? Not just Americans, but white people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of where they're at.
Damn
On the
right.
face of the planet.
That's
you know what I'm
right.
saying? White man in South Africa, he's not technically American, he's still a damn white man.
Right.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
So lucky, sir, if I would.
Go ahead.
What you just said is a hell of a point. Like, if a white man is born in Africa and moves over here, he's not called an African American.
Right. But you know what? Let me watch this right here, though. If they ever sit there and say, well, African Americans are treated so wrong.
Right.
They've been treated so wrong here. The African Americans have been treated wrong. So what we're going to do is we're going to give reparations to the African Americans. Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
The South African white man could come to America and get it. They did it to us before. They came up with minority benefits or reparations or something like that. What did they do? They made the white woman a minority.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She was already in the feminist movement because she believed that she was a minority. So she got the benefits.
So lucky, if I would, sir.
Go ahead.
They made the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Ishmaelites minorities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the Japanese, the Chinese, the Arabs. They made all of them minorities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't your black ass believe that. You know what I'm saying? The African was a minority, but not the African American.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
And then they flipped the script because as far as population-wise, in certain cities, we could be the majority.
Right.
But they are given, the right to be a majority over us just for setting foot on American soil. They're already a majority over us. So they can play both sides of the fence when benefit them, and we can only play both sides of the fence when it comes to our, discredit and demise.
So, lucky, one more thing, sir. I'm going to just put it like this. The Constitution was changed so a man and man could get married. So a woman and a woman could get married. But the Constitution wasn't changed to say that you're not 3/5 of a human being.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then two men and men that's getting married and all that, they're a minority.
Right. Got more rights than you.
Because, see, they're not, because they're gay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They got parades, holidays, all of that shit.
Right. Right.
Got a whole movement that'll fight for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, flip the script, they're a majority because they take on that American lifestyle.
Damn right.
That's why so many
right.
damn black men that want to become gay because they don't want to be black because there's so much suffering. They so weak. You know what I'm saying? There's so much suffering that they want to be labeled as something else. You see what I'm saying?
So lucky, and if I would, that's such a heavy point because even the people with dark skin, they don't claim being black until it's something like he said. If they was to start giving out reparations, everybody's going, all them dark skinned brothers, they gonna swear up and down they was in a struggle with us and they've been
No, not dark skinned brothers.
Yeah.
Dark skinned heathens.
Yeah, kind of. So lucky, sir, you're absolutely right. For the the people in the world that don't know, the dark skinned heathens. You know what I'm saying? Them same Arabs that don't, you know what I'm saying, fuck with you, that when you go in their store and they won't let you slide with 2 cents short, they gonna be in that same line with you, let them talk about reparations. Well, look at my skin complexion. You know what I'm saying? That's what they gonna say. They gonna swear they a nigga in.
See, this is the reason why the ISUPK is needed, because the ISUPK ain't gonna tolerate that.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You are goddamn heathen. We will point that out.
Damn right.
While all of these fake Israelite groups, they'll sit there and, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they'll have compassion for that. You see what I'm saying? They hate their own damn brothers, but they'll take their ass over to Ghana and say, you're an Israelite.
Speak Salaki.
Let me help you. You see what I'm saying?
Speaking Christian philosophy that they can't prove in the Bible. Right. God loves everybody. You can't show me that in this Bible. You can't show me that in this Bible. Show me. I've been looking for it for a minute now. Ain't seen it.
Okay. Now that we know who needs to be armored against, now let's go back into Ephesians chapter 6.
Class on fire.
In verse 11. Everybody got it?
I got it.
Everybody got it? Somebody give me a strong, powerful, manly read.
So lucky. Read it how I was reading it.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11. Put on the whole armor of God.
That's right.
That ye may be able to stand against the walls of the devil.
Who's the devil?
The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Goddamn right. Anyway, young men, who is the devil?
The white man.
Everybody don't agree?
No, I agree.
Okay, hey, speak it loud and proud.
That's
But
right.
you agree.
So who is the devil?
The white man.
That's right.
All right, so now let's go to verse 12.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against the flesh and the blood.
But we wrestle not against flesh and blood. But see, what will the devil try and do? He will bait you into a flesh-blood battle.
That's
Won't
right.
he do that?
Yeah,
That cop that pulls you over, he wants to provoke you.
right.
You see what I'm saying? He wants to provoke you because once he provoke you, he already knows, you know what I'm saying, that his strength come by the sword.
Damn right.
Once he provokes you and you respond to that provoking, then he justifies himself for blowing you away. You see what I'm
So
saying?
lucky, if I would, sir,
Go
real
ahead.
quick on that. And what the officer's bringing out is such a heavy point. That's exactly what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? And this just goes to show you the fear that runs with the regular jakes in the world. When that cop say he gonna take him to jail for whatever reason, the first thing they want to do is fight with the cop. What for? Give me a reason. Tell me why.
Right.
Tell me why. Shut your scary ass up and tell them come on with it. Here in the UPK, we don't give a goddamn about no jail. Take us, goddamn it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We'd have been there before. That shit don't scare us.
Right. Or he'll sit there and say some garbage like, I'm a taxpayer.
Right.
I'm a tax-paying citizen. That don't make you anything.
Tries to pull a white man.
You know what I'm saying? Right, exactly. I'm a tax-paying citizen. Oh, really, nigga?
Right.
Oh, really? You know what I'm saying?
Is your taxes paid for these bullets? I'm about to put it in
Right,
your ass.
right. Take this crack upside the damn head. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, let's go further in the scripture.
But against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Who's the rulers of the darkness of this world?
Right.
Can anybody tell me that?
The white man.
That's
Damn
right.
right.
Right. Regardless of whether he's like what Officer Michael Bob said, from a billionaire to a bum.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Don't trust him from a billionaire to a bum.
Damn right.
That's this Officer Michael Bob in Louisville. That's his words right there.
Damn right.
Go ahead.
That's also the precept in Job when he say the earth is given to the hands of the wicked.
Right.
Goddamn right.
Right. It's given to the hands of the wicked, right?
That's
So
right.
that means it was turned, or the Most High gave it to him, delivered it over to him for a time. That's how the devil was able, that's how Satan was able to come up onto the mountain, with, bring Christ up to the mountain and said, I will give you all the glories of these kingdoms, right?
Right.
And he had the power to do so. So Christ denied it, so who he give it to?
The white man.
Right.
Damn right.
Rome had it, didn't it?
Yeah.
He gave it to Rome.
Yeah,
Christ denied it, Rome got it.
That's
Damn
right.
You
right.
see what I'm saying?
So lucky if I was, which is powerful, like you always bring it out. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many scriptures in here that lets you know who the white man is. He who exhorts himself as an eagle. Like what is the national bird for the white devil? You know what I'm saying? The eagle. What's on the back of the dollar bill? The eagle.
Right.
When you go into the courthouse, what's on that other blue flag? The eagle.
Spain.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In Roman.
Spain.
In the Roman times, what did they walk around with? That
The
golden eagle.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that thing
The
with
white
the loop
man-
with the hand and all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
The white man is the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
No matter what precept we pull.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right. The sign of the symbol of the bird of Spain.
Right.
You know what I'm
Goddamn
saying? The
eagle.
bird of Portugal.
You will do life. You will do life in prison for killing a goddamn eagle.
Russia, yeah. So it said, "Now exalt thyself as the eagle." That's why that's their bird. That bird, you know what I'm saying, even has more. You kill that bird, you get more time for killing that goddamn bird than you do even a low-level white man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the symbol of their pride. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's go back into the scriptures again.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Can anybody break down, because the Christian church, I done heard Christians use this, spiritual wickedness in high places, and you just think about demons floating around, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
When you say high places and spiritual wickedness, my understanding is these are the people who are in the background that's running things. Because you know what? The world is in such a disarray. Those spirits are over them, and those people are in high places that are doing shot calling.
Right.
We don't ever see them, but they're making the decisions what's going on in this world.
Right.
And that's your spiritual wickedness, because that spirit is running them people, and then people have the power to do whatever it is that they want.
Right, because the earth was given into the hands of the wicked.
That's right.
Damn right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So they also have powerful demons to accommodate them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they set over governments, over corporations, over companies. Spiritual wickedness in high places is over. Yes, judges.
Right.
But even to bring it even more home, your job.
That's right.
The people that sit on the top of your job, you know what I'm saying,
your schools
are up under this too. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's the reason why the spiritual wickedness in high places, when they want to lay people off, right? They make sure that it's 3 blacks per 1 white.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
All right, now let's go. Come on, let's keep it going.
Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day.
Now, can anybody tell me what place, Slucky, what place can supply, has the ability to supply the whole armor of God, to assist you in getting the whole armor of God? Go ahead.
Your brain and your mind.
No, your mind can't do it. Your mind play tricks. You see what I'm saying? Your mind can't do that.
I'm going to say it's a series of several things.
Okay.
Meaning, number one, the sword, which is the word. To constantly be in that word. To constantly understand what's going on.
So lucky, if I would. But where are you going to get the true word at?
Just like we have been woken and started to search, you have to search. You can't go by what these people
lucky.
Now.
Was you getting the true word in the church?
Absolutely.
So
not.
where are you going to get the true word at?
But you know how I came about getting the true word?
What's that?
And this is the true story. When I started seeing these young brothers being murdered in one day, and you know, I know the Most High knows your heart, and I hit the floor and prayed. I mean, sincerely, because it really hurt me to see that young man being murdered in
And you know where your prayers led you to?
Right here.
Right.
Oh, I'm sure of that. Yeah, I don't argue that. But the thing is that he opened up my eyes, and from that point on, when I looked at this and started reading it, I seen it totally different. It's like something was taken off my eyes.
So, Lucky, I got a question for you. Who do you see that's preaching what we preaching and putting in the brick that we putting in? Have you ever Googled the Isupk, or did you just show up right today?
Because this brother had invited me, but like I had told him, I came into the knowledge maybe 3.5 years ago,
Right. Okay.
and I had been by myself the whole time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was explaining to my brother here that there's no group, but he says, but there is. You know, because I'd even Googled something out here when I moved here, and they were sending me to Detroit, to Chicago, you know, down south. You know, I know there's a bunch of groups in Dallas, you know, but they said nothing about the groups here.
So, Lucky, if I would, I just want to clarify you on that. There's only one group with the truth, and that's where you at right here, right now. The Isupk under Commander General Yohana. Since 1969, our Commander General Yohana has held on to this truth and spread this truth and put in great brick to raise up soldiers and priests and prophets in this Most High's army. You understand? These other groups that you see, they're all breakoff groups.
I haven't seen any groups here. And this is the first group. But back to your question, if I may, back to your question, it has a combination of the word, has a combination of faith and believing, has a combination of knowing that when you ask the Most High, or when you are told by the Most High to do what you're supposed to do. Yeah, I mean, common sense too.
Right. Okay. Before we worry, when it talks about the whole armor of God, who dresses down in the whole armor to go to battle? The soldier, right?
Right.
So when we learn the scriptures without without the ISUPK, we're taught just to learn the scriptures, but only without the warring aspect of the scriptures.
Right.
They never teach the warring aspect because they can't. You see what I'm saying? They can't teach the warring aspect of the scriptures. That's one of the reasons why they have women teaching.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't understand warfare. And who did the Most High raise up to lead? He's always raised up to lead the men that understood warfare.
Damn
you
right.
See what I'm saying? Moses understood warfare.
Damn right.
Who was Moses' right-hand man, other than Aaron, his brother?
Joshua.
Right. What kind of man was Joshua?
Man of war.
Damn right.
See what I'm saying? After Joshua, who was it?
Was it Caleb?
Yes, right.
Damn right.
Caleb was what kind of man? A man that understood warfare.
Damn right. Gotta get
After
that young man.
Caleb. Yeah, hell
Damn right.
After Caleb, it was Othniel who understood war. So now, with that being said, what type of men do the Lord choose? Warriors, men that understand warfare.
That's
you see what I'm saying? What group? What out of all the Israelite groups or whatever you want to call camps or whatever you want to call them, which group understand the warfare?
Judah.
No, not Judah. Judah's out there on drugs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There's only one camp that understands the warfare, and that's the ISUPK.
Yeah, Judah out there on drugs. Judah out there buying whores. Judah's out there serving the white man. Judah in the military with the white man, but still don't understand war. As he's out there as a fighting slave.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Judah's not the one that understands warfare. The Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge understands warfare.
Right.
Regardless of what tribe you are out of the 12.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? We understand that Joshua wasn't of the tribe of Judah. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Mordecai wasn't of the tribe of Judah. Moses wasn't of the tribe of Judah.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Caleb was of the tribe of Judah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And his nephew Othniel was of the tribe of Judah. But see, here's the thing, your tribe don't initiate that you're going to understand warfare. You see what I'm saying? We were all a warrior nation, period.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn right. So, Lucky, if I would
Go ahead.
like, the fact of the matter is this: life is about warfare.
That's right.
Christ was all about that warfare.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Judah is the leaders, yes. You know what I'm saying? Christ comes of the tribe of Judah.
Right.
King David comes of the tribe of Judah.
Right.
But understanding warfare is also the responsibility of all the 12 tribes.
That's right.
And these are the men that the Most High choose, because the men of war understand when the people is going off, because he's a warring man.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
A warring man will see an invading enemy coming and check that shit.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn
the
right.
men in the fake, all of these fake Israelite groups are not warring men. They will not check it. They won't even see it, or they'll turn a blind eye to it because they don't have a mind to do war.
Damn right.
They're not brave.
Damn
you
right.
see what I'm saying?
Damn right. So, Lucky, if I would, their life is too precious to them to get in this warfare.
Right. That woman's too precious.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why they'll let her run the church.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. One thing about this truth, so Lucky, sir, if I would. One thing about this truth, when you join this warfare, you better be ready to give up everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you no longer matter. What you like, what you want to do no longer matters.
That's
you know what I'm saying? One thing about this ISUPK, once you see the truth, You can't unsee it. Once you know the truth, you can't unknow it. You gotta live this shit.
Right.
It's all about warfare, baby.
Bring it out.
Right, that's right. And when we talk about warfare, we don't go and talk about, we're not talking about going out and beating up white people or heathens. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about going out and gunning them down.
Right.
Any of that. What we're actually talking about is when you out and about, understanding who he is. Right. And the wiles of the devil, as the scriptures say, which means his devices. Right. Staying away from his devices. You see what I'm saying? Right. It's separation.
Damn right.
Say it loud, boy. Say it. Go ahead. Say it.
I didn't want to interrupt. But
I understand. Go ahead. Say it. Say it.
Separate.
That's right. You see what I'm saying? And not let another thing invade you. You see, here's the thing. The white man, he's not breaking the seal on certain nations of people on the earth.
Right.
Not because these people have such great weapons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not because they do this and they do that, or they land, or their environment. No, that's not the reason why.
Right.
Because he can't break up the structure.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
So lucky.
Go ahead.
There's a Chinatown in every major city
That's
in the United States. But let me ask you something. When have you ever seen Chinese people lined up to vote?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Talk about Chinese lives matter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When have you ever seen the Arabs lined up to vote?
Right.
Talk about Arab lives matter. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
The reason they're able to come up here and set up business and operate as an independent nation, a sovereign nation within the United States, is basically what they are. They're a sovereign nation within the United States. And the reason they're able to do that is because they understand separation from the enemy.
Right. Look at the Messiahs. The Messiahs got great weapons, right?
Right.
Do they got great weapons? Can anybody answer that? The Messiah, the tall Africans, they run around with the spirits and all of that. They real tall, real dark skinned.
You know what I'm saying?
Do they have great weapons? Where they nukes at?
Right.
They got nukes?
They ain't got no great weapons.
They got nuclear weapons?
They got separation, sir.
Right. That's what they got. And you know what? With that separation comes respect.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? They say, no, you don't see. As a matter of fact, when you look at the Messiahs, how many light-skinned Messiahs do you even see?
Right.
Or the ones, or any of them that look Chinese.
Right.
Right? Or any of them that look like Arabs.
So look,
you see what I'm saying?
They actually passed laws against that.
Yes.
They passed laws
they
that
don't
you better
play
not
that shit.
interbreed. You interbreed, you go into jail. Kids probably get put to death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't
play that shit.
They don't want to be invaded and their whole way of life be destroyed and their people being wiped out. They don't want that. We the only damn race that don't even give a damn. Right. We don't care. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That we the only race that don't even care.
So look, if I would, which what you're saying is a heavy point. Right. Because you gotta understand, when you go into the Chinese store, black woman, this is for you. When you go into the Chinese store to buy that hair, I got a question. Why ain't the same people that's selling you that hair wearing that hair?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because they know.
Right.
They know. They're not trying to be like you, and they're not trying to be white. They want your money.
Right.
Are you trying to be white and get the white girl hair and hope that you get accepted and find you a white devil out here? They know to stay separate.
Right. Let me make a point right quick.
Come.
What I made mention, you know what I'm saying, of the people why don't they people, look like other races, right? Okay. Now, say for instance, with our race, we have brothers in this truth, brothers and sisters that, that look different, right?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, that was actually a trick of the devil to try and get up to, it was a divisive tactic, right? But when we come back into the scriptures of this truth, that's the only way that thing will be mensed. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And brothers that don't even look like, like what we originally were, will still carry that same spirit, and which that right there will counteract all their plays.
Right.
Because those brothers could also be used to testify that the white man is the goddamn devil.
That's right.
And they will be a visual representation of the evil of the white man and his devices and what he actually tried to do. Now, they hate to see certain brothers in this truth. Like say for instance, let me give you an instance. Like Captain Cottazine, people like that, they hate to see him.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Because he represents the failure of what it is that they tried to do.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They tried to come up against us, but what they thought would be a weapon that would be even though they even being a Hebrew, but looking somewhat like them, would be a weapon to be able to use against us. He turned that, of course, on their asses, right?
Damn right.
And showed their wickedness to their goddamn face.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
Shout out to Captain
Yeah, shout out.
A strong piece of prophet in this truth. Powerful piece of prophet in this truth.
That's right.
I mean, there's several brothers that's like that, but he's one of the brothers that I listen to that actually, you know what I'm saying, were part of my path as far as coming into this truth. You know what I'm saying?
That's too, sir.
That's why I mentioned, that brother. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going even more.
Okay.
Let me go back on 13.
Yes.
Ephesians chapter 6, verse 13. Wherefore take unto the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day.
Right. It said it would be an evil day, right?
Damn right.
That evil day is today.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That evil day is right now.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Let's go further.
And having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth.
Damn right. Now, wait a minute. Now, far as with the war belt that we wear, you know what I'm saying? The war belt, when brothers that got garments wear that war belt, right? What was that what it was called a girdle in Old English, right?
Yeah.
What was that used to do?
To keep the sword from impelling you.
Right. Protecting kidneys.
Yeah,
Right.
All of the stuff that's right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody can hit you, and if the blade glances, it's not going to rip your belly button open and your guts fall out.
That's
You know what I'm saying? They said, have your loins girded with what?
I'm sorry. It's lucky. Having your loins girt about with truth.
Having your loins girded with truth. Judas's loins were not girded with truth.
That's right.
And what happened to him spiritually? When he hung himself, his goddamn bowels fell out.
Right.
Oh, wow.
You see what I'm saying?
That's significant right there.
His bowels fell out. Remember when they said his bowels fell out?
Yeah.
His loins were not girded with truth. You see what I'm saying? It said he hung himself and his bowels fell out his ass.
Right.
When he betrayed Christ.
Damn right.
His loins were not girded with truth. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead, let's keep going.
And having on the breastplate of righteousness.
Breastplate, what does that do? Protects what?
Your chest, your heart.
Right. There you go.
Your lungs.
You know where you stand. You know what I'm saying? You know where you stand and you're firm and standing there. You see what I'm saying?
Damn right.
That's your breastplate. That's your breastplate in war, like we were saying, protects your heart.
Damn
You
right.
know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
Shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Right?
Right.
Now just imagine if you had on all armor but then had flip-flops on.
Right.
Wouldn't work out too well, would it?
Right.
He has some strong stuff on his feet. He has to be able to stand.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You got on full armor, but you got on some damn flip-flops. You got on some Gucci flip-flops.
You get down like Achilles. You know?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the first thing nigga gonna do is goddamn crack your goddamn feet.
Then while you stupid over, gonna hit you.
Right, you trying to run across rock and shit, you got on some goddamn Gucci flip-flops with full armor on and shit.
Right.
You know, now with this whole armor breakdown, right? That means being a complete soldier, right?
Damn
And
right.
soldiers don't just roll by themselves.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He just if he roll by himself, he just a rogue ass dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
See, the brothers that sit there trying to get this truth but don't want to join any group, they try to put on the armor. They got faulty armor on for one goddamn thing. They got faulty armor on and they have no brotherhood, no army. So what does that make them? You see what I'm saying?
out
And
there.
you're right. And any man that's only out there, not only is he a target, but then he becomes carnal. You see what I'm saying? You know what he ended up becoming? He ended up becoming like Cain.
Right.
Oh, I ain't my brother's keeper. Oh.
Right. He ends up becoming like Cain.
Right.
He ends up becoming super carnal right there, right? And that nigga right there will be the same type nigga that will try and screw your wife.
Right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He'll be that same type dude. He has no ruler, no leadership, right? He doesn't have to answer to anybody, and any man that doesn't have to answer to anybody can do whatever he wants.
Right.
Because he's his own government. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
He can't check anything. He's not gonna check himself. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna sit there and you know and hear wise counsel. He's gonna have counsel of himself. But at the same time, that same man will want men up under him. Right? That's how your fake Israelite groups are formed.
Your Christian pastors.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The rules are weak. The ways are movable. Just like a woman's ways. You know what I'm saying? They're movable.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Heavy point. So.
You know, that is what fake Israelite groups are formed out of. You see what I'm saying? They take some of the truth, but then they change the rules to fit whatever lust it is that they have. Right. Not only Christianity, but also the fake Israelite groups.
It's still Christianity.
Yeah, I understand. I know it's Christianity, but I want to deal with them specifically. Brothers that think that they can get the truth, but they just be by themselves and just float around. You see what I'm saying?
With their little streamers on.
Right. You know who else float around? Demons.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Demons float around like that.
For another host to hatch on to.
Right.
You know
They float around like that to try and find out where there's a weakness. You know what I'm saying? And then they come on in. And where is every weakness found at inside a specific congregation? The biggest weakness is found in that woman.
Damn right.
They'll come to her. Just like the damn serpent in the garden. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Any man that doesn't want to be under rank and order like what he's commanded to do according to the scriptures is a rogue Israelite. That's what I like to call a rogue Israelite who's only been led by the devil. And by default, he loves the white man.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn right. Because you don't love Christ.
What'd you say, boy?
I'll say for a time check, 6:39.
Okay. We're gonna run a little
I
over.
was just
a little late. Yeah.
Just
It's
before you add.
Okay. Any more on that?
Yes, sir. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Now you have a man that's in full armor, right?
Right.
What does this man do? That's in full armor. He gets in what? What does he do?
It's in warfare.
Right, but what does he do? Yeah, you're right. He gets in warfare. But he gets with his brothers in the warfare. They got on the same armor as him.
Damn
That's
right.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
Damn right. And so lucky if I would, sir, I would like to make a quick point. Like what the captain's bringing out, I'm so lucky. What the officer's bringing out is so heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like this UPK, the way we dress, this is armor.
Right.
You understand? This is armor. This is protecting. When people see us, they know who we are. And to elaborate on something that happened in my personal life the other day, right? If I can, sir.
Go ahead, Warren. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
That's right. Bring it out. Bring it out.
Go ahead.
This happened to me, and this never happened to me in the world. But since I've been with this UPK, like I've seen the power, I've lived the power. You understand what I'm saying? Let me tell you what happened to me the other day. You know what I'm saying? It's not no amazing feat, but this shows you that this armor that we put on is powerful. You get what I'm saying? So I get pulled over by a cop the other day, right? As he's coming up to the car, I can see him unfastening his gun. You know what I'm saying? I already had my ID in my hand out the window waiting on him to get up. But he comes up to the car and he looks in and he sees me and I have this shield on that I got right now. You know, we rock the dot heavy around the UPK. You know what I'm saying? We shield it out all the time. You know what I'm saying? The devil looks in and he looks at my ID and he looks in and he goes, are you Isupk? And I go, yes, sir, I am. And you know what that devil said to me? I'm sorry, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Took my ID, went to his car, was there about 15 seconds, came back, gave me my ID, and apologized to me again. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to ask the questions about the UPK. You know what I'm saying? This devil says, I didn't know the UPK was down here in this city. I said, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? We in every city. We worldwide. We small, but we powerful. He said, I thought that was an East Coast thing. I said, yeah, we big on the East Coast, but we everywhere. I said, and speaking of the East Coast, we just got back from there. And you know what that devil said? That devil said, for the Passover?
He already knew. He already knew.
For the Passover. These devils know who we are. These devils know what we represent out here. And you know what that devil did? He asked about 2 more questions. I answered him. He gave me my ID back, apologized again, and told me to have a nice day. That's what that devil did. This is what the armor of the Most High provides for his warriors.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Isupk, and if you ain't Isupk, you in the way.
Right. Yeah. Couple of what he just said. Let's go into Romans chapter 13.
Come.
In the first verse.
9:13.
Romans 13.
Romans 13.
And 1.
Don't put that 9, you know. That's that. Romans 13 and 1. Romans chapter 13 and verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
Okay, what does that mean? Anybody tell me what does it mean to be subject to the higher powers? Go ahead. Or give me an example or any of that. Go ahead.
Be a subordinate to your leader or your captain or your officer ahead of you.
Right, but notice also too that we're in a land of devils. This is his kingdom, right? So just like what you was bringing out earlier, you shouldn't respond like, "Why you pulling me over?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We shouldn't respond that way. You see what I'm saying? We should respond just like a ambassador would respond.
Right.
Be respectful. How you doing? Yeah. License and registration? Fine. No problem. Don't sweat.
Yeah,
Here you go. License and registration? Oh, sir. Yeah. You with the Isupk? You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, I am. You know what I'm saying?
Let's read that part again.
Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
When we look in the scriptures, we never saw like the prophets and all of them disrespected. Like say for instance, Daniel.
Right.
Daniel was up under the evil king Nebuchadnezzar. He didn't just come straight out and disrespect him. You know, Nebuchadnezzar, why you know what I'm saying? No, he didn't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, his love was not with Nebuchadnezzar and his people either. It was with his own people.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? But he understood that he's a king.
Damn right.
This is his kingdom right now. You see what I'm saying? So he handled himself with respect. Fine. You want to see, you want to see my ID? You want to see this? You want to see them? Fine. No sweat. No problem.
Right.
Go ahead. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Give me some more.
For there is no power but of God.
Now, what does that mean? Can anybody tell me what that means, no power but of God? Not saying that they're of God, you know what I'm saying, that the white man is of God or any of that, right? Go ahead.
Because he is the power. I mean, that's
right, in his kingdom, yeah. In his kingdom, he's the power.
And there's no council that can be against God.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's right, too. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. The Most High brings down and he rises up.
That's right.
He rises up evil kingdoms, for a purpose. Everything has a purpose to it. You see what I'm saying? Right. The Most High, all of the kingdoms and all of that have purpose. You see what they have been risen up. Go ahead.
Right, like you say, he got a vessel fitted for destruction.
Right.
And you got
there we go.
There you go.
And the white man is a vessel fitted for what?
Destruction.
Right.
That's right.
But it's not for us to come in our own self-will and come against and try to destroy.
That's right.
The Most High is his own plan. He wants to do that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And Salaki, and the way I handle myself with that devil, I learned in Isupk, because in the world, I wouldn't like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's thanks to Commander Jeremy Yohana. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How to handle ourselves as professionals 24/7.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Right. Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever the devil asks you for, you're supposed to give it to him. Because like Officer Tarab just said, I heard Commander Jeremy Yohana say it himself. This is his kingdom.
Right, yeah.
If the devil want to take you to jail, don't resist. You'd have been in jail before, ain't you?
Right.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
The thing is this. You ain't in the world no more. So them UPK brothers is coming to get you out. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, hell, if Apostle Paul went to jail, he didn't go and fight and start slaying,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, and all that. He just said, fine, y'all want to lock me up, fine, no problem.
Damn right.
And he went on to jail, and you know what he did in jail?
Gave him the truth.
You damn right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, also the demons know, you know what I'm saying, the demons fear and tremble.
Damn
Because
right.
they know, hell, a lot of times they don't want to lock you up because they know what you're going to do if you go to jail. They're like,
Yeah,
oh,
right.
hell no, fuck that. we don't want you, we don't want him in there. You know what I'm saying? We don't want him in there. All right, fine, sir. Then how does this transpire to the natural? Okay, fine, sir. Sorry about that, sir. Here's your ID. All right, sir.
Tell me have a great day.
Salakia.
You silly, right?
That's how I go into the natural Salakia, sir. You know what I'm saying? The demons are already, no, we don't want this nigga and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't want him in hell, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We keep his ass out there, you know what I'm saying?
jail would have been
This nigga, that's what I'm saying.
You know
This nigga's gonna cause all out anarchy in the goddamn
Damn
jail.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, Salakia. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
See, now that's power.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? That's power.
Damn right.
For the weapons of our warfare, what?
Or not cardinal.
Right. But spiritual to the what?
Power of God.
No, to the taking down of strongholds.
Right.
Jail is a stronghold.
Damn
That's right.
Child support is a stronghold.
Damn
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? These are strongholds, and that stronghold just got taken down right then. You see what I'm saying? It just got smitten. You see what I'm saying? Same thing that happened when the Apostle Paul was in jail, and the earthquake came and raised all the goddamn jail gates up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was a taking down. That was the physical sight taking down of a stronghold right there. You see what I'm saying? You know, this is how this thing works. This is why it's so important to be inside this body, inside this truth. You see what I'm saying?
Goddamn right, sir.
This is why it's so important.
Damn right.
Get that respect. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
To hell with some damn love.
Damn right.
Any nigga that just want to negotiate with the white man over damn love and all of that, that's a spirit that's very close to homosexuality.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Goddamn coward.
If you want to be loved, or you want to be loved so much by another man.
Right.
Really though? You know what I'm saying? You want to be loved so much by another man. How the hell could you see that anything different than homosexuality?
Right.
Right.
So lucky, sir, if I would, not to get too far off the subject, but what you're saying is so powerful, because remember that one cat, I can't think of his name, but his brother got shot by the cops 20
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah,
right, that dude. I don't remember his name, but I know
like when I see that cat, I see straight femininity.
Yeah.
Femininity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That nigga soft.
And that nigga hugged up on Al Sharpton.
Do you love me? Hug your Al Sharpton look like a little bitch.
Right.
So lucky my language, sir. And that was some bitch made shit. I'm sorry, sir. So lucky my language again. I don't know how else to explain it. That was some bitch made shit. If there's a word for non-bitch made shit, explain it to me, because that's what I see. You know what I'm saying? Do you love me, Al Sharpton? That's what the nigga should have said. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I feel sorry for that brother, man. That's a destroyed brother.
Yeah, that you know what I'm saying? That brother, man,
that's a destroyed brother right there.
But see, here's the thing. It's another element in that shit also, man. It's another element in that.
Huh.
Did you see that one picture of how he was actually hugging up on Al Sharpton?
Yes, sir. I seen
now,
that.
Hold on, dude. Now, you know what I'm saying?
And Salaki, sir. And to show you the femininity in both sides, Al Sharpton should be like, man, get the fuck off me, hugging on me like that.
Man, Al Sharpton was fully embracing that. You know what the next step to that was.
Yeah, you
know what I'm saying? You already know. It was telling time.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my goodness.
For real. You know what I'm saying? You don't see warriors. When you look at that picture, you don't see warriors. What you see what they doing, you like, man, the bitches is tougher than them niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying, sir?
Yeah, I
the
see what you're
straight
saying.
softness in them niggas.
But
you know what I'm saying? You definitely want some Wakanda bitches with bald head, because them niggas was pussy.
Now see, the women are tougher than them because society tells her that she ain't approved to do that.
Right.
She's not tough out of being genuine and shit.
Right, damn right.
If she was tough, her ass would be like Judas.
Damn right.
That stood against a power that was coming up against and ruling over her people.
That's right.
She's going along with it. If the white man sat there and said, no, it's not good for a woman to be like that, her ass would change.
So right.
You see what I'm saying? So I can't look at that. We can't look at that as tough. That her ass just out of goddamn order.
So lucky. What you saying is the truth. Because a black woman don't act the same that she does with a black man that she does with a white man.
Right.
That's right.
What you're saying is absolutely true, sir. That was a bad joke on my part, so lucky for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But
what you're saying is 100% right, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Well, always understand this. Let's not in any way, shape, form, or fashion promote our women being out of order in any type of way, shape, form, or fashion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said, bad joke on my part.
Right.
So lucky is real, you know what I'm saying?
Well, they ain't supposed to be up under subjection. You know what I'm saying? So they goddamn man. If they really want to be strong, what they do is they get behind their goddamn man and go up against the man that's against him.
Damn right.
Instead of siding with him against her own damn man, running
right.
around, you know what I'm saying, all up in his goddamn face, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's not strength, that's weakness.
Damn right.
You folding up under the opposition is what you actually doing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You're not coming to combating against the opposition, you're folding.
Damn right.
You're losing.
Damn
strength is what she perceives as her strength is actually her damn weakness.
Damn right.
Because you run her big mouth and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But if the white man said tomorrow, you know, if he said tomorrow, a woman should not conduct herself like that. A black woman should never be like a damn man. Her ass would turn feminine overnight.
Right.
How the hell is that? That's not strength at all. Go ahead.
Sir, and what you're saying once more is the absolute truth. You know what I'm saying? And they get that behavior promoted to that from the Christian church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And UPK, any brother in this truth know we don't condone that shit with our women. We gonna put our women in check, all the way in check, you know what I'm saying? And that's why you see, you know what I'm saying, women, they don't know how to take a UPK brother because they ain't never been told, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So like my language. But that's what we gonna tell you here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no arguing, ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? You gonna follow orders. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the head of every woman is the man. And the head of every man is Christ.
That's right.
And the head of Christ is the Most High.
That's right.
And that's the pecking order.
Damn right. That's the order right there.
Damn right.
Yeah, let's get some more. Let's get some more in the scripture.
Okay.
Let me start at the top.
No, you don't have to start at the top.
Okay.
Start at the second part. For there is no power but of God.
For there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God.
Right. So we understand that. We just went over that. Let's go into verse 2.
Whosoever therefore resisteth the power.
Whoever resisted the power, man, why you throwing me in jail, man? Why you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I'll beat the hell out of a goddamn cop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll beat the hell out of a cop. I'll do that. Now, what is he doing? Go ahead.
Resisteth the ordinance of God.
Resisteth the ordinance of God. Even though this evil, vile beast is ruling at this time. At the same time, the Most High rose him up so he can destroy him, but you coming against what it is that the Most High wants to go ahead and destroy. So obviously you thinking in your own self-will, you can smite them and the Most High show your ass that you wrong.
Right. So like you, sir. And what you're saying, what's more, it's a heavy point like always. That's why we do not abhor Edomites here in the UPK. You know what I'm saying? We not telling you to go out here and commit these crimes against the white man. We don't believe in that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a time for that, and that's when the Most High comes back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Most High is going to come back, and he's going to destroy these devils. And then he's going to leave a little bit left for us. And then that's when we get it in. But until that day, we are to follow the laws of the land. You know what I'm saying? We are to follow the Most High. What the Most High tells us to do, that's what we do.
Should we hate them? Yes.
Goddamn right.
Should we separate from them? Yes. You see what I'm saying? Should we not want our sons with their daughters? We sure the hell shouldn't.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Should we want our, daughters with their sons? Hell no. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Shouldn't we want to be totally separate from them? Yes. Shouldn't we want to treat them like a stranger? Yes. Shouldn't we want to treat them like they have the goddamn plague? Yes.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? But it's not up on us to sit there and grab a AR-15 or whatever and try to go into a carnal damn battle with them or try and wrestle with them if they want to sit there and take us to jail. You see what I'm saying?
Go ahead. If I would. We are to hate them with perfect hate.
That's right.
Right. Go ahead.
And choose none of their ways.
And choose none of their holidays. That's part of putting on the full armor. You see what I'm saying? You don't choose none of their ways, they don't have a goddamn choice but to respect you. They gonna still hate you.
Right.
No doubt. they gonna still hate the hell out of you.
Right.
And they're gonna want you dead. You see what I'm saying?
That's a lot, kid. Like right now. Trump hate Chinese people.
Right.
But they still got Chinese shops over here, Chinese stores over here.
Right.
You still ain't seen no Chinese getting pulled over and gunned down. You don't see Chinese marching, hands up, don't shoot.
You know why? Because they know to demand respect instead of seeking love like a goddamn homosexual.
Damn right. You don't see Chinese on Facebook talking about why come y'all can't love us.
Right.
I love everybody. You've never heard of Chinese people say, I love everybody.
Right. And for us to run around thinking we damn Africans and all of that, you don't see the Africans doing that garbage either.
Right. You've never heard them saying, you know what I'm saying, I love everybody and it don't matter what color you are.
Right.
You've never heard
The only people they sell that shit to is us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they don't believe the same things that they tell you. They only tell you these things because they want to keep you loving them because they can make money off of them.
That's right.
They can sit there and sell you stuff. The Arabs can keep selling you chicken and gas every time they sit there and tell you it's about loving everybody.
Right.
They can continue to do that. When they go back to their own quarters, they sit in Indian style among each other and all that and eating whatever the hell that the Arab food that they be eating. They're not talking like loving everybody. They're not talking that way. You the monkey. You're a monkey. You see what I'm saying?
And with Salaki. And what you got to realize, Israel, is that you are the salt of the earth. You know what I'm saying?
The earth flavor.
You are the salt, which means that you season everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not with the work that we put out here, the entertainment and all that shit. You line in their pockets.
Right.
You gotta understand, if we was to come together as a nation the way we supposed to do, we would take over overnight. We would shut all this shit down overnight.
You know, one thing we don't need to do. We need to salt our own people instead of trying to keep salting everybody else so that they can sit there. The proper way that we would be the salt of the earth is first by salting our own nation. You see what I'm saying?
Put that money in black hands.
Separating it.
Right. And they'll get the sprinkles, the crumbs that fall from the master's table.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Salaki, if I would, sir, what you're saying is heavy. Our money is the only money that don't circulate in our own nation.
That's right.
Every other nation money circulates 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times.
That's
our money don't even circulate once.
That's right.
And people that understand warfare also understand that.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. People that really understand warfare ain't just about fighting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's about resources, finances, all of that.
That too. But what it's saying is having a mind to separate in every way and understand that every other race is an opponent of yours.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? You have to understand that.
Damn right.
The Africans are an opponent.
Damn right.
They're not the same as you. You see what I'm saying? We said that they the same color as us. You know, they must be down with us. That's a man that doesn't understand warfare. You see what I'm saying?
So lucky.
Go ahead.
It was, sir. And once more, this only happens with Israel. You get what I'm saying? This only happens with Israel. Even when you look at the lion kingdom, you get what I'm saying? The animal kingdom, rather. When you see lions and hyenas, you get what I'm saying? When a devil, even the devil, when they see a lion kill hyenas or hyenas kill lions or something like that, you don't hear them being like, oh man, I wish they could all get together and love each other and be peaceful. You don't hear any heathen nation saying that.
Right.
Because they all understand that this is what has to happen in order for the other race to survive.
Right.
Only when it comes to Israel do they want to keep you sub down and out of that warfare mentality.
Right. Damn right. Damn right. And with that being said, we are the Isupk coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahana.
That's right.
Pay your tithes, pay your offerings, you know, help your brothers out in this battle. The ones that are out there on the battlefield for you every week.
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying? The ones that are actually laboring in this truth. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Come by the school. You know, wherever your city is at, come to the school. And with that being said, shalom.
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 Flags officer.
Flags, man. Send that text to the wife, maybe some more rice to go with that good old.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna look at one of those books, man.
Yeah, you good?
I want to go to the pistol again.